Hello guys, welcome to the Rev Games Academy. In the last video, we explored adding a health system in 3D games. Today, I'll guide you through setting up triggers and collisions in 3D. Get ready to learn all the essentials. Let's dive right in. In Unity, triggers and colliders are used to detect interactions between objects in a scene. A collider defines the physical shape of an object for collision detection. A trigger, on the other hand, is a special type of collider where the isTrigger property is enabled. Instead of physically stopping objects, a trigger allows them to pass through but detects when an object enters, stays inside, or exits. Trigger. First, create a plane by right-clicking in the hierarchy window, selecting 3D object, and then clicking plane. Adjust the camera angle as needed. And also create a cube by right-clicking in the hierarchy window, selecting 3D object, and then clicking cube. Adjust the camera angle as needed. And change the name. Also add a rigid body component to the player. I also created a material and dragged it onto the player. Notice the difference it makes to the player's appearance. Create another object, a capsule, to demonstrate how triggers and colliders work. And also create a capsule by right-clicking in the hierarchy window, selecting 3D object, and then clicking capsule. Adjust the camera angle as needed and place it above the plane. Create a script and attach it to the player. Click on the player, then click Add Component to create a new script named Cube Trigger Collider Script. Open the script by double-checking it, which will launch Visual Studio. The code defines a variable move speed to control how fast the player moves. Inside the update method, which is called every frame, the handle movement method is invoked. The handle movement function reads the player's input for horizontal and vertical movement using the input get axis method, which captures keyboard inputs like arrow keys. It then creates a vector3 variable called movement that represents the direction and speed of the player based on the input. The movement vector is multiplied by move speed to determine how fast the player should move, and by time delta, time to ensure smooth movement that is consistent regardless of the frame rate. The onTriggerEnter function is a special method that gets called when the player collides with another collider marked as a trigger. In this case, it checks if the object the player collided with has the tag enemy. If the condition is met, it logs a message to the console saying, "Player triggered the capsule." The onCollisionEnter function is called when the player collides with another object that is not a trigger. It checks if the object that the player collided with has the tag enemy. If it does, the function logs a message to the console saying, "Collided, player collided with the capsule, non-trigger collision." Now save the code and open the Unity. Now click the isTrigger checkbox on the player and uncheck Use Gravity. Next, add a tag to the capsule to check the collision between the two objects. Click the capsule, then click the Add drop-down and select Rock Tag to assign the capsule. Already I created the tag. Save the scene and then click the Run button. Using the left and right arrows to move the player. When the player touches the capsule, it will trigger an event. And you will see the message, "Player triggered the capsule," printed in the console. This helps verify that the function is working correctly. Turn off the Run button. Now click the player, untick the isTrigger option, and check the use gravity option. Finally, click the run button. Using the left and right arrows, move the player to collide with the capsule. You will see that the player collides with the capsule in the scene, but it does not trigger the event. And that's it. Today you learned about setting up triggers and collisions in 3D. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Unity tips. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll explore more things in Unity. See you next time.